third grade art friends, it's Mrs. Herbay. This week we're going to finish up our heart relief project, and we're going to, now that we have all of our patterns transferred onto the background part of our artwork, we're going to start to think about talking about coloring our patterns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate for you guys some ways that you can use dark and light values to really add to the look of your piece of artwork. Okay, so what I would do is I would first choose a pattern, and maybe let's focus on this pattern right here. And what I want you to do is to kind of think about a color scheme. What colors do you want to color all the different parts? All right. You can also think about how you want to outline. So for example, for this shape right here, where I use the curved lines, I'm going to actually outline these lines with this dark blue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. So if I do that here, then I'm going to do it there. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to do it here. There's a couple more. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then there's one over here. Okay, so now that I have those outlined, then I want to think about, okay, are there any other colors that I want to introduce into this pattern? And since I started coloring these dots here kind of dark, maybe I think I'm going to continue this dark blue, and I'm going to color in these circles that on my relief are raised. I'm going to color in them in a dark blue. Alrighty, and there we have it. Okay, then what you can do is you can decide, okay, I have this space in here. Do I want it to stay the background color purple, or do I want to add a color to it? And I think maybe I'm going to use this light blue, but I'm going to use it as a light value. So I pressed kind of hard for the circles, but now with this light blue, I'm kind of pressing nice and lightly. So it's giving me a light value. And I'm going to go ahead and color in these shapes here. There. There. And there. Okay. And then the last thing I have going on is there are lines that go in between these shapes here with the circles. So I'm going to think about, do I want these lines to be all the same color? Or do I want to use different colors? I think since I'm sticking with the blues, I think what I'm going to do is is kind of use this sort of aqua color. And so I'm going to press nice and hard. I'm going to outline these lines. And one more section. Okay, and now I have those lines outlined. So basically you want to work until you don't see any more pencil. And so this looks kind of cool, and I can let the purple show through in the other areas. In the event that I wanted to do something else in any of these spaces, I could. Or I could even introduce, like, maybe I just want to color every other, in between every other stripe, this light blue that was kind of featured in here. And so I can go ahead and do that. And then we're gonna do, looks like here we're gonna do this one, this one. Okay, and there, I think that looks pretty cool. So there is my first pattern that I added color to. And if I want to, then what I can do is I can take this black, and I'm just going to draw a line here, and I'm going to draw a line there, and then that kind of separates out that section. Okay, so then that's done, and then I'm going to focus on another area. And again, so this one is kind of interesting because what I can do is I can treat, maybe I want to treat each square with a different color. So for example, maybe I want the squares where the lines are like this to be light green. So what I would do is I would go ahead and outline. This pattern is quite large because it ended up at the bottom. So I would go ahead, and it's going to take me some time, but I'm going to go ahead and outline those shapes and those lines. Okay. So I've established that these are going to be light green, and then I'm going to say to myself, what is going to be in the other space? And maybe what I will do is I will just put these three vertical lines, I'm going to make those red. All right. So now I have that, I've established this. All right. And then what I'll do is I'll just continue to go ahead and use the green, and I will outline all the every other lines that are like this across each row. And I'm pressing fairly hard because I kind of want to cover up my pencil lines. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my, feel free to move your paper around so it's in the most comfortable position for you to color and draw. All right. And then, and then after I do this, and get this all filled in, I may say, you know what? That is enough. I think I like how much color I've added to the pattern. Or maybe you want to do a little bit more. So for example, maybe I'm going to take my dark green and I'm going to color the space in between. And I'm going to leave so it's kind of making the light green stand out like that. And then maybe for the red, I'm going to try this pink and see if this works. Maybe I'm just going to color actually I'm going to do every. So I'm going to color the background of these squares a light pink. And then I'll just go ahead and continue filling that out throughout all of over here. So you guys get the idea. Basically, you're just going to choose a color scheme for each pattern, and then you'll outline, and then you'll fill in. So for example, and I can show you, so for this one, I'm going to use this dark violet. And so I'm going to outline these inner circles with the violet. I'm going to press nice and hard. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually outline all of the circles and even the okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do this for this one, this one, and then I have one more, and then I just have to do the curved lines going around. So there's that one. There's that one. That one. And then after I do this, these are all, this is all a dark value of this violet. And I may, after I outline, I may think to myself that that looks nice. I like the dark violet with the light violet background, and I don't need to do anything further. Or I may say to myself, you know what? I might just want to add like one more pop of color, and what might it be? And maybe I'm gonna, the circle that's in here, see how I just colored really lightly? So it's the same colored pencil, but it's giving me a different color. So now I'm coloring the centers with this really light value of this violet. I think that looks nice. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this. We'll see if it shows up. Purple and yellow are complementary colors, which means they look nice together. So what I'm going to do is, since these kind of look a little bit like sunbursts, I'm going to color with my yellow and fill in this outside with the yellow. And I think, oh, that kind of looks cool. So I'm gonna do that on each of these. All right, so you guys get the hang of it, and then you're just gonna keep going until you have all 5 of your patterns filled in. Unfortunately, this little pattern is just really small, so I won't get to do much with color for that one. But anyways, I hope your pattern, when this is all done, these are gonna look really, really awesome. And I can't wait to see them. Again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out, email me through Canvas. And otherwise, I will look forward to seeing you guys on Friday.